the beginning of the month, I've mentioned this before, I got this calendar from my friend Stephanie, who happens to be a member here and is one of our board members. It's a calendar by Louise. And every time there's a new month, there's a little thing there that is all about, the month ahead and what we can do. And so for August, Louise says, although I have numerous responsibilities vying for my time, I am the most important person in my life. Therefore, this month, I take some time just for me. It is a gift that I cherish, and I do not allow anyone to take it from me. I love myself enough to take excellent care of myself and put myself first, remembering that I am a human being, not a human doing. I am amazed by what I discover in moments of quiet solitude. Life is just waiting to share its secrets with me, and I allow myself plenty of opportunities to listen. The thing that really stands out there for me is I love myself enough to take excellent care of myself and put myself first, remembering that I am a human being, not a human doing. Now, this isn't an and or situation, this is a yes and situation, right? Because we are being, we are love, we are pure energy, but we are that energy expressing. And in that expression, we do things, right? And sometimes it looks like actual physical stuff that we're doing with our bodies, and sometimes it's something like making choices. And we're choosing every single moment of every single day, whether we are aware of it or not. And so we get to choose, do we want to be more a little bit now, or do we want to do more and accomplish? And sometimes those things will happen simultaneously. Now, I am the first one to say that I am a doer. I am a type A personality with a list this long, a plate this big, piled mile high with all sorts of things on the go all the time, juggling the balls, dropping them every now and then, and trying to keep everything in the air, on the plate, whatever. And so I really need to make conscious choices to slow down, because when I don't, then things like last year's collision happen. And universe shoves me into a stone wall to say, now you have to slow down. You don't have a choice, right? So for me, conscious decisions on how to slow down, on how to take better care of myself. And so as I was going through my morning routine a couple of days ago, then into my Instagram feed, I think it was, came a repost from Dr. Mark Hyman, who is someone that I've been following for years and years and years, since he was one of my teachers at Integrative Nutrition School many years ago. And he reposted a post from TJ Power, who's a neuroscientist, never heard of this guy, but then went and looked at his Instagram, was like, oh my God, follow, so much interesting stuff here. And so the whole post, it was just a list of things that we were invited to do to create more space for our brains to be able to function better. And so this is not an exhaustive list, and this is not even the whole list that he had, but here are some of the things that stood out for me. Embrace boredom. Oh, I'm seeing varied reactions here. I'm seeing some smiles, I'm seeing a jolt, like what? Embrace boredom. Eat without stimulation. Don't eat in front of the TV. Sometimes don't even eat having a conversation. Just eat, right? Hang out in bookshops. That's for my husband over there, which he loves to do anyway. Slow your mornings down. It doesn't have to be a massive rush. If you need to get up 10, 15 minutes earlier, do it so you can have a more spacious time doing all the things that you do in the morning. Stare out the window. Stare out the window. We can't really stare out these windows because they're covered, but you can stare out that back door, and what do you see out there? Greenery, trees, flowers, buildings, cars. Isn't it all interesting? Can't you just sort of like start looking at it with curiosity and an open mind and have a totally different experience of versus, oh, that's just a parking lot. Stare out the window and allow yourself to be curious about whatever it is that you're experiencing. Learn new skills and seek discomfort. This is one of my favorite things. Talking about the comfort zone a lot and how we live within our comfort zone, but growth does not happen within the comfort zone. in order to grow, in order to expand, in order to lean into or be pulled out of our comfort zone by the new and different, we need to get out of our comfort zone. We need to push our way. We need to claw our way. We need to kick our way out of there. We need to like stomp around, like a little baby dinosaur would, or a little baby chick or something like that grows in an egg. That egg is only good for so long. And if at some point that little dinosaur, I don't know why I'm talking about dinosaurs because they're gone, but that little dinosaur or little chick doesn't peck its way out of the egg, it will die. It will literally get suffocated and strangled by its comfort zone that once upon a time was a really, really good and safe place to be. So this list went on and on and on, and so there's all these things to challenge us, to open us up to a new and different way of being, and to take us off screens, to take us off our phones, to take us away from our televisions, to take us away from our computers so that we can actually connect with people. We can have a conversation, we can relate to each other, we can be together, and we can experience all of these incredible hormones in our body like dopamine and serotonin and oxytocin that when they're in balance, we feel more connected and anchored and grounded than addicted when we're on our screens, like going through all of our messages, answering our emails, did so-and-so text me back? So this is an opportunity, this is a reminder for all of us to be more conscious about our choices, to really consider what are we doing with the attention that we're paying? Is it helping us to feel more grounded? Is it helping us to feel more calm? Is it helping us to connect more with the people in our lives? Or is it disconnecting us from everyone and everything around us, including ourselves, from our truth? And so because today is a special day in Canada, I wanted to add one more thing to the list, and that is eat some watermelon. And that's because it's National Watermelon Day in Canada. So happy National Watermelon Day. And there is some watermelon that is coming around to the tables. So if you would like to have some watermelon, please do. There's going to be plenty of napkins because it can get sticky and messy and whatever. But that's okay because eating watermelon is one of those things that I remember doing as a kid, as an adult last summer, that is just so fun. Get sticky, enjoy the watermelon because you can always wash your hands and wipe your face later, right? Anyway, that's coming around. And so the title of my talk today is Eat Watermelon, Live Life. Now, going back to our meditation, when we had our quote, our affirmation for the month, there is a Zen Buddhist concept that came to mind for me when thinking about openness, curiosity, and wonder, and that is called Shoshin, or beginner's mind. And there is a quote by Shunryu Suzuki from his book Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind, that says, "In the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities, but in the expert's mind, there are few." And so just think about that for a moment. When we think we know best, when we think we have all the answers, are we open? We're closed off. And so it was actually really interesting because I looked at some of the comments that were made on that repost on Instagram, and there were people, one of the things on the list was stop doom scrolling. And there were so many people that wrote, well, I never would have found this post if I hadn't been doom scrolling. And I'm like, well, okay, I get it. And I'm trying not to read tone into what this is saying, but it felt like everyone there was trying to make a point of like, I'm right. Like I never would have found this, and so this is irony or this is something weird, but like they wanted to be right rather than kind of going, isn't this neat how this happened? That I might have been doing something unintentionally or unawares, but all of a sudden, the universe presented me with this gift with an invitation to either embrace or not do these things that disconnect me from the present moment. So, in the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities, but in the expert's mind, there are few. So ours is to approach every single now moment like these little kids here, with a beginner's mind, with childlike wonder and curiosity, and oh my gosh, fun. I mean, I look at this, and I'm looking at you guys now. Some of you are eating very carefully, but some of you are eating a little more gingerly. Or, no, maybe that's backwards. Anyway, with a little more gusto. But to approach life like this, like what would life feel like and look like if this is the attitude you have to every single now moment? What can happen now? What can I learn now? What amazing opportunity can I open up to right now? What, instead of we were trying to find answers to everything, we allowed ourselves to open up to more questions, to just keep opening and opening and opening to whatever it is that is available for us. Because if the quantum field is infinite, if there are infinite possibilities, then what does that mean? We can never possibly experience everything in our lifetime, at least not from the level of consciousness that we're vibrating at right now. So, back to our affirmation and our theme for the month, openness, which is our third value, which ties in and supports our two pillars of knowing and relatability. I live every aspect of life with openness, curiosity, and wonder. And so for us this month, as we lean into our theme of openness, this is an opportunity for us to get curious, to be more flexible, and to be willing to be challenged, to get uncomfortable, to embrace boredom, to stare out the window and just go, what can I look at? What can I experience here, without already thinking ahead of time, well, if I look out that window, this is what I'm going to see and this is what my experience is going to be. Let's open up to what's possible and just see what happens. Like what Michelle did when her RV wouldn't start. Certain things were working, but the fact that, or the thing that she needed to make it go, that wasn't. And so she got excited. It's like, what could happen now because of this, right? And here she is, smiling, with all these neat things happening for her. So, back to Louise Hay. I am amazed by what I discover in moments of quiet solitude. If we are constantly on our screens, if we are constantly talking to people, if we are constantly doing, even though there's going to be a lot of richness in that, we're also filling every single moment of our life with something. It's so important for us to create space, to create pockets of time where we have literally nothing to do, and then see what happens. See if we get uncomfortable with this nothing to do. Or can we move past the discomfort? Can we embrace that discomfort? Can we allow ourselves to feel challenged, to maybe even feel bored, and just trust and know that whatever is ours to experience, whatever wisdom, whatever creativity, whatever, something that we can't even imagine, is already making its way forward. And the more we open up, the more we create that spaciousness, the more we embrace all of these things and let go of all of these other things, then the more we allow for the love we are, the creativity we are, the infinite potentiality we are to express more fully in, through, and as us. So in the end, being open and curious means loving ourselves and putting ourselves first. It also means slowing down, getting uncomfortable, and intentionally approaching every moment with a beginner's mind. The more often we do, the more we remember who we are, the more we are reminded that we are fully supported from within and without, no matter what, and the more we experience and express the love we truly are. So, eat watermelon, live life, and celebrate the love you truly are. Thank you, and so it is.